This is how it is. 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 Today on Pop Culture Minefield. This is how it is. Today. This is how it is. Today on Pop Culture Minefield. This is how it is. This is how it is. Today on Pop Culture Minefield. Today on Pop Culture Minefield.
Hey guys, it's the middle of the week, and we are going to be talking about a really fun film called Renfield, starring Nicolas, Hoult, and Nick Cage. I don't know about you guys, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. So
I
I'm
can't
sure you
believe
did
I
that,
couldn't
'cause
remember
for
that
some
we
reason
watched
was
it.
calling me. Yeah,
You okay there, Gary?
His pharmacy always
I'm
calls him on
flustered
his
right
life.
now.
You're flustered.
I'm very flustered because I asked a question and I got a snarky answer, and I was trying to get a legitimate answer. And
The legitimate answer
and now I'm
is
just
it's a
really
fun
flustered,
film.
and I don't know where to go from there.
It's a fun film, but it has a very big drawback. One of the stars of the movie is so unlikable that it got a bad rap for it. And I don't mean Nicolas.
And you're talking
Cage.
about Nick Cage.
No,
Wow. Who do you mean? Oh, Awkwafina?
Awkwafina. She
Who's
is
that?
so unlikable. And to be absolutely
I know.
honest, this
Oh,
is
the
least-
cop.
Yeah, this is the least obnoxious movie I've seen her in.
It
Out of
is.
all-
That's the
out of
problem
the-
with this, with her, is I've said this again, because I said this to Anima during the show. I said, what's amazing is I can't stand her, but I can stand her in this movie.
Because the movie
Yep.
is so good.
I mean, I've seen, I think, a couple of movies besides this with her, and she is very, it's like she's very obnoxious. And in this one, she's the least of obnoxious of the movies I've seen her in.
It's still an annoying character,
But
mostly.
yeah, she's supposed to be a character that helps Renfield kind of redeem himself, but she is so so unlikable. You're like, she's the one to save him. And it's like, not really. But Nick Cage, with his best Bela Lugosi performance ever.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, right?
Like it's so weird because if you're like a fan of movies and you're old enough, not in terms of years, but if you maybe you're like 26, but you've spent like from the age of 10 till the age of 26 watching movies because like your dad or your mom or your uncle was really kind to you and like a big movie buff that kind of forced you to watch all sorts of movies, and you happen to watch just the one performance of Bela Lugosi, you know who Nick Cage took everything from. He didn't took Christopher Lee's Dracula. He didn't take Gary Oldman's Dracula. He was straight up doing a Bela Lugosi with special effects.
I do like the fact that they actually show that introduction of Renfield and him from the original Dracula, 1931. That was just like really well done.
And I don't remember when in movies, because again, I'm not a big horror guy. I don't remember when the Renfield that eats bugs and becomes this uber kind of servant, when did that begin in movies? I just don't remember. Is it like the 60s version of Renfield?
Wait a minute.
70s,
What is your question exactly?
The question, the whole shtick about Renfield is he is the, I think it was in I think we discussed this. In Bram Stoker's Dracula, there is a Renfield and he is the servant, but
you do meet him, yes. Yeah, he eats bugs.
Yeah, but
he
does. Doesn't make him stronger.
No, it's life.
At some point, that whole idea of he eats something alive to keep himself immortal too, right? Kind of a deal. And then
that was separate. That was separate. What he was doing was he's imitating his master, but he knows that he's not equal to the master. So instead of taking human lives, he takes insect lives because that's all he's worth.
Okay. So when was the idea of eating a bug and becoming this crazy, like almost
for this movie? I don't remember this movie. I don't recall it.
It is only for this movie, but I think the best way to explain it is you kind of explained it yourself, Mephisto, in that he eats the small little lives, and he even kind of explains it in the original Dracula, because that's really what this is, and that's what I love about Renfield.
Blood is the life, is it what it says?
He goes, I get lives, not big ones, but little ones, like spiders and rats. So that's the whole thing is I think it's kind of setting up this idea that, he eats these things, but like, they do give him the same powers that Dracula has, or even more so, because he's supposed to be Dracula's protector, right? But that's what I love about the film is it's this whole idea of this, you have this mental block there because Dracula has brainwashed you into thinking you're the weak-willed one, when really he's the one who needs you. And you're right. I mean, it's just kind of taking this concept and idea and twisting it and playing with it and spinning it around and saying, what if, basically.
Because what they're saying in the film, the way I interpret it, is that he has to be immortal somehow. And if he's not bitten by Dracula, then he stays immortal by eating the insects. And I think that's all they're really saying. And it also makes him super strong, which makes no sense, but Yeah,
because there were moments in this where I think he's sort of, there's a Popeye-esque kind of a moment where he eats the bug and it's like a spinach and he becomes exactly. So,
but that's what I love about it. That's the charm of it.
Yeah, and that was something where it's like, okay, I think I've seen this somewhere, but they made it so special in this one where
I don't think they've ever used that before.
Nicolas Hoult is like that demure kind of a character, kind of a schlep guy, and then he eats the bugs and suddenly he's like confident and he's overpowered and stuff.
Thanks, Dempsey. I want to, by the way, Renfield was supposed to be his familiar, traveled, to Britain without him, to make sure that that everything was set up, but nothing happened because he became kind of deranged, and so he got institutionalized at Seward's asylum. I forget the name of the asylum.
I was gonna say, yeah, there's several different takes on the character.
This is from the book. I'm talking about from the book.
Yeah. And that's where the movie version that they're using here is basically the
Jonathan Harker
crossover
doesn't
version.
exist.
Yeah.
Jonathan Harker doesn't exist. That Renfield fulfilled his deal of getting him those properties, Carfax Abbey and all of that in England, and he became his familiar. And
Oh no, Jonathan exists, but they're two different people, right? Or no, wait, I'm thinking the other way around, because they combine the two characters in the original Dracula, right? They combine Jonathan and Renfield, right?
Yeah, they're combined into the same character. But in the book, Renfield preceded Harker and was put into an asylum because of his odd behaviors, and so therefore he wasn't able to fulfill what Harker had to do. Had to go back over there and deal with the properties that needed to be purchased. And so there you go. That's Dracula in a nutshell.
No, I didn't pop in for too long. I just wanted to say hi to everybody and praise this film because I don't think it gets enough attention. I feel bad that it.
No, and I agree because I'm surprised we didn't already do it because Anna and I had watched it a while back and probably should have done it a while back, but I'm glad we didn't because now we're doing it today. And this is a film well worth it. And oddly, I'm going to tell you right now, Awkwafina is not just tolerable, but I enjoyed her in this film. And I cannot stand her in anything else. She's a terrible actor. What's that, Martin?
I want to say that's the magic of good casting. Matching a role with an actor.
Good direction and good writing, too. This film did something so funny in it by him going into a codependency group. And
that's kind of what helps the joke, right?
Yeah, it is. It's the punchline of the joke. He's a codependent. Whatever is something Montague Renfield, and I am a codependent.
Don't ask for much. I just want a busload of cheerleaders.
Yeah.
That is so funny when he complains about the food. You're feeding me crap.
Oh, man, Dempsey, her voice, man. God damn, it's one of those most annoying voices. There were so many things wrong with that. What was it? The Marvel film that she was in.
Oh, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. So many things wrong with it because all Shang-Chi was Bruce Lee. There was no magic. There was no powers. And they screwed that up. But then on top of that, the cherry on the cake was Awkwafina was in it. She is so bad in that movie. Terrible. But Dempsey says, terrible actress, but at least she has a nice voice. Oh, wait.
Oh, man. So glad I'm not a Disney fan and I haven't seen the new mermaid thing. I've seen everybody angry. I was like, it's not even worth it. But you know what? When I saw the first scene where he's in the group, it kind of half reminded me of Fight Club, where he goes to the group and he feels like he doesn't need to be there for some reason.
Right. I don't know why I'm here.
But he's still like a codependent in that group as well. And
that's the whole thing. One codependency for another.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the same with Renfield. That's why it made me think about Fight Club, where he's there just to listen to everybody, and only when he opens up, he kind of it makes that transition. But if he wasn't opening up, then the movie wouldn't have moved, basically.
And
Yeah.
one of the other amusing things in it is the fact that his kind of codependency is not the same kind of codependency that they're all talking about. And that's why when he says he's not fully powered yet, and they're like, yeah, I don't know why you said it that way, but yeah.
It sounds weird saying it that way. But yes, exactly. Yeah, the group leader says that. I mean, they all talk about the terrible husbands, and
They're
call them
talking like
monsters.
this with each other.
The thing is, nobody gets that he isn't figuratively speaking. He
Yeah,
means
he's
that
speaking
what he said.
literally.
Yeah, and they don't know that, and that's funny.
So I thought I would go ahead and play these wonderful little clips before we start the film. Renfield clip 1 is the Universal Dracula of 1931, but with Nicolas Cage and Nicholas Hoult.
Mr. Renfield, I bid you welcome. I am Dracula.
I love the way they did that.
I am Bela Lugosi.
It's sort of like if you pay attention to what Renfield's doing at that moment, Dracula's already talking, then he turns and he acts like he jerks back a little bit. Watch it again. Watch Renfield in this scene.
Mr. Renfield, I bid you welcome. I am Dracula.
Well, it's because he's mimicking the original actor, exactly.
Yeah, he's doing the exact movement of the actor. It's just
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
But I do have to run here shortly, but
what else do you want to add, Tom?
I wish I could add a little bit more. I mean, it's a newer film, so I don't know a heck of a lot about it. The sad part is, as of right now, I mean, I'm glad to see it's starting to gain, a bit of a cult following. I wouldn't call it that yet, but it's getting there, I feel like. And yeah, I'm just glad to see people give it some love, because when it came out, I was someone who saw it in theaters, and I was really disappointed in seeing how it didn't get any acknowledgement, and I thought it was
Yeah, he didn't get any box office traction because it went to video really quickly.
Yeah, no, it just kind of.
And it's a much better film than that.
Yeah.
I love the action scenes. What did you think of those action scenes?
That's kind of what surprised me as to why I didn't do better. I hate to say this because I usually am not one who really thinks that something should be a PG-13 necessarily if it should be an R to begin with. But after watching the film and then the aftermath, this is one of the few times where I felt like, there wasn't really enough in the movie for me to say that it's justifiably an R-rated film. Maybe they should have went with PG-13 for the theatrical version, and maybe that would have helped the box office a little bit, although I don't think that really matters most of the time. But then done an unrated version on video or whatever, because after you watch the movie has such a sweet natured tone to it because of Renfield that the R rating almost does the movie a disservice, and you don't need all the gross out bits as much as are in it. I mean, you could cut a lot of that out. So like a lot of those action sequences I thought were a little over the top anyway, but I enjoyed them. But I could see him pulling it back a little bit on those, giving it a PG-13, maybe give it a second chance. In theaters, it would have had that it didn't have in the first place. But no, at the end of the day,
I'm hoping they
also
made their money
surprised
back.
yeah, and I'm also surprised that didn't play into the movie being more successful because of the superhero / Deadpool kind of factor going into it that it has going for it with that. So, I mean, yeah. But anyway, I do have to run.
Hey, it's James Hong Michael Myers, Tom. Doesn't he look like James Hong?
A little bit. If the mask wasn't Shatner to begin with, yeah.
Yeah, the mask really got mutilated because they lost the original, and so they just kept having new sculptors come in, and it got worse and worse.
No, they technically didn't lose it. Nick Castle, I think, or no.
Well, Nick Castle took it. They didn't know where
Hill.
it went.
Deborah Hill had it. Deborah Hill had it. That's who had it.
Yeah, it's like somebody that was involved took it, and the production didn't.
Well, the
know
first
where
two
it was.
movies is the original mask, because she even pulled it out for the second movie. That's why it looks, between the fact that it's a different actor and it was underneath her bed in a box for 2 years, is why it looks the way it does in the second film.
Yeah, Nick
But after
Castle's
that,
in the first film. Who played it in the second?
I can't. It was a stunt man, and I'm trying to think of his name. But I
That's
don't
why his
think
performance is so stiff.
Dwight something. I think I'm trying to remember.
So
But I'm pretty sure
interview.
that Deborah ended up with the mask at the end of the day. But now that she's gone, I have no idea where the mask is. But no, like the original mask, there was only one. So like,
which is never a good idea.
no, it isn't. But then they did redo. Every movie since then has had a different mask, and none of them have been William Shatner since then. So,
Which sucks.
yeah. The closest one, sadly, that we've ever had to the original would probably be the last 3 remake ones. And that's just because that one's sort of based on the original mask, but barely. Yep. It's still a
They damaged it, but it is based on
remodeling.
Shatner because the lines are correct.
I bet Shatner loved that they used his face for that.
I've never
he
heard
always
it
was kind of, actually, he's talked about it a couple times. He always kind of seemed like he didn't seem like he was flattered or not flattered either way, kind of ambivalent, I guess is the best way about it. He just kind of was like, I just always thought the mask sucked. I didn't think it looked like me.
The original one kind of does, though.
That's what he's talking about. He's not even talking about the Mike Myers mask. He didn't like the original.
That was Don Post, right?
Yeah. Don Post mask, yeah. He hated that mask, I guess.
It kind of looked like him. He had better hair. And what they did for the film is they cut the eye holes bigger and they spray painted it and they fucked with the hair. And
also cut off the sideburns, yeah.
Yeah, they cut the sideburns
and the
off
eyebrows.
So there's no hair. Yeah, making it look even creepier.
Actually, there's videos out there of Tommy Lee Wallace where he shows exactly what he did. Because he'll take the Shatner mask and he'll go each through every step that he did to make it look like it.
William Shatner's face is the scariest face in the history of horror cinema. He almost has the same face in The Devil's Reign, because there's a scene where he comes up and his eyes are blacked out and he looks like the Michael Myers mask. Have you ever seen that one, Tom? Devil's Reign.
He's muted.
I think he left. He said he had to go. I don't know where he's still.
He's probably editing and talking on another stream at the same time.
Probably.
No, actually, I was pulling something out of the oven. No, I don't think I have seen that one, but yeah.
Go look it up, the final scene with Shatner in it, and you'll see when his head comes up, his eyes are blacked out, and it makes him look like the Halloween mask.
I'll have to check that out. Well, hopefully you guys have fun talking about the movie, but I gotta run. Sorry.
All right, buddy. Thanks
for coming in.
Yeah, Tom.
Take care, guys.
Bye, Tom.
See you, buddy. So, and by the way, in honor of Terry Garr, we're going to be doing Young Frankenstein this weekend. One of her best films.
On Saturday? Okay.
Yeah. For Tom and Gary. Yeah. You act
Hopefully
like...
I can...
I'm trying to figure out which part of that was a surprise to you. On Saturday? We do movies on Saturday?
No, I'm just...
On Pop Culture Minefield.
That's right.
Yeah, you got that song in your head. To the airworm.
That one sticks, definitely.
I wrote that line specifically for Keith. And it just ends up in everything. So that was funny. Because he always says it.
So we have a presentation, something? Because if not,
I can show the next one.
Bring up.
When I met him, I was a real estate lawyer, hoping to make a deal that would change my life and my family's lives forever. Oh, and it most certainly did.
You will make a very good assistant, Mr. Renfield.
So there's that one. So I'm going to go through 6 of these.
La 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 la. When always the new Universal stuff, when it always comes up.
Oh, the theme.
That's what I sing. The Minions, it didn't ruin it for me. It just enhanced it for me. Because when my kids see it and when we watch a movie and it has that logo, they always do that. And I was like, that's cute. I like it.
Okay, did you catch the acronym DRAG?
Yeah.
I'll get to the third clip
I
here real
understand how Caitlin feels.
I never drink. Why?
He also wined and dined me. He made me feel important. He introduced me into high society.
Okay,
quick.
I
Robert
have
E.
a
Montague Renfield.
I have a still of that.
Shut up, kitty.
Yeah, it's like, there's no
Drag.
organization like that, and I love the
They
name.
are a drag.
They are a drag.
Do you think this is a spitball here? Do you think there's a few creators, and I genuinely mean like directors or cinematographers or people who like do these set design that are fed up with the whole woke stuff, so they put in little bits and pieces that are, let's say, making a joke, but it's so subtle nobody understands because they're so dumb.
I think
And
they
they put-
rely on some people being dumb. The woke crowd are dumb. You know,
They are.
they're very two-dimensional. And
then-
these guys that write stuff like this have a three-dimensional way of thinking. So yes, I think you are absolutely right on that. Here's another clip.
We went to the theatre. We travelled to exotic places. And then he made me his familiar.
For some reason, that always reminds me of Monty Python. And there was much rejoicing. Yay!
Also, that ship almost, if not fully, capsized.
I know, because it's like that
But
wave was so
right
huge.
When you saw where they did the cut, because they maybe tried to do it with a little bit of real
Gimbal?
effect.
Yeah.
No, like a real effect, but it fucked up, so they cut it in order to get rid of that.
Yeah.
I don't
Which
know.
means that I take care of Master's every need, including staff changes and arranging his special dietary requirements.
Adding the crunching of celery.
Yeah. that was a few things in this movie were so fun because they had fun with it.
Yeah, the way he raised his hand, by the way, there's a whoosh sound when it comes up. Whoosh.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking dumb.
I think they took that from the Christopher Lee
Yeah,
era.
that is not Bela Lugosi's way of holding his
That's-
hand.
Yeah, I think that's what they did. The crunch, though, I don't remember.
The
But I'm
crunch-
not.
no, it's not in the movie. It is not in the original film. That is something they added in, and I think it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Here's the last clip.
Look, I didn't just jump into serving the Prince of Darkness. We had some great times. But just like all great times,
Servant!
they come to an end.
There we go. Like all great times, they come to an end. Yeah, there was
I'm
never a
wondering-
shot of Bela Lugosi with blood all over his mouth. That's Christopher Lee again.
Yeah. Because it's sort of it was missing one more. If they wanted to do a complete homage of Lugosi to Lee to Oldman, they would have needed to use the white hair with the two kind of things sticking out. You know what I'm talking about. The one where he's old man Dracula from Bram Stoker's Dracula from '92. But they didn't. At least I don't remember him having that sort of a hairdo.
And by the way, the actor that he's emulating here is actor Dwight Fry, who played the original Renfield.
Hmm.
Dwight Fry, like so many actors from that period, was a really good overactor. He was used to working in silent film. He gives one of the most menacing laughs when they open up the the doors, the hatch on the ship, and he's at the bottom of the stairs. He's looking at me. He's laughing like a maniac.
Maybe that put. I'm thinking out loud. Maybe that put that crunch sound effect as a homage to Dracula Dead and Loving It from Mel Brooks, which
Or
was
it might
not a
because
movie.
I've never seen that whole movie. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, it's a bit.
If they
stupid.
had that in there, that'd be funny because it is a gag in itself that he's biting into the skin and the skin wouldn't make that sound. So it just sounds funny that there would be a crunch biting into a neck.
Well, maybe the chick was extra crispy.
Yeah.
She had a lot of iron in her diet.
Here's a little bit of trivia. That's Ragsdale that played Charlie Brewster in Fright Night. He's playing the Archbishop here.
Okay.
William Ragsdale. I thought it was cool that they brought in a guy from another famous vampire franchise.
Well, they couldn't get Rhodey McDowell. He's dead.
Since what, 03, I think? He died.
Yeah, he's the
between 97 and 03. Yeah, he died between 97 and 03. I can't remember which year.
Would have been fun though to get like somebody who played Van Helsing and for like a cameo.
Other than Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Because I hated that movie.
I think Hugh Jackman would have been a little bit too expensive for this movie.
Anthony Hopkins, Peter Cushing was dead already.
Yeah.
And I absolutely do believe that restaurant is designed to look like a restaurant that I used to frequent down in Little Five Points in Atlanta.
You know, they did something really cool with this movie is they actually work with the lighting. And you can really tell because see everybody is looking green, sort of zombie like.
Yep.
And it happens throughout the movie in certain moments where they played with greens and reds and purples throughout this movie.
Yeah, the scenes are very they're all color coded.
Yeah, I know it's a stupid detail, but you can work with the lights and filters, and if you pre-plan and storyboard it correctly, it kind of saves you up with doing the CGI effects. Because you could do that with not CGI, but do it with like editing machines and all that stuff. It just saves time.
Yep.
Do it
you have a process where you color code all your scenes, and in order for there to be color themes throughout your film. But this is a restaurant. It's called Vortex down in Atlanta. I've eaten there, drink Guinness there many a night, and I think that was what they were trying to emulate with the place that they're in. But yeah, the scenes, and I can't remember, Anima, are they a different color at the end of the film when he revives them?
I think the green is gone by then, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody looks sickly, unhealthy.
I love how the girl with her hair down that we just saw a little bit earlier, she never gets through her shares. Everybody's talking over her, interrupting her. She gets so annoyed. That was funny too. Whenever she starts talking, shit starts happening and she doesn't get to finish.
Yeah, like I said, they may or may not have put very subtle things in here to have a dig at certain people in Hollywood without them actually noticing that they've done it.
They wouldn't notice. They're too dumb to notice.
get rid of their monsters by giving mine what he needs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad plan.
So again, there is this theme in this that's very similar to Innocent Blood, involving a crime family and vampirism.
Yeah, sort of like it's okay if you sacrifice the wicked because, you know, you're doing a service to society in some way. But
Right.
Dracula does not care. He just wants the blood. And in this case, he wants to regenerate after a long sleep.
Oh no, he does care. He needs the blood of people that is pure of heart. That's what makes it even wicked, more wicked.
Yeah, which is why he gets mad at him for bringing him these guys.
Yeah.
Well, also because they are
sucks.
taking drugs and shit, so that must have made them not very tasty.
So he comes in there and they think he's a hitman. He's no, I'm so-and-so's friend, you know. Then they just start laughing, and then he fucks them up.
Yeah, but again, isn't it the point where he's like, before he confronts them, he eats a bug to eat, and at a certain point it kind of wears off?
He always has to do that.
Yeah, so like I said, he takes a bug and he's got a Popeye moment for a few minutes.
This is
a Popeye moment.
kind of early jokes in the film right here. Because running at him, and then he gets up to him and he looks up at him and goes, "You were smaller from back there."
My favorite part of that scene is when he's finally done with all the people and is beating the shit out of the big guy, and then he says, "I guess you're all out of knives," and then he pulls out one more and slices him open.
Yeah, he guts him.
Yeah, one of the
eviscerates
fuck
him.
moments.
Maybe that's why it went full R.
Looks like you're out of knives.
What's wrong, bro?
I just hope YouTube is gonna take a pass on that monetization scrutiny thing.
Yeah, as long as you keep them under, because most of these are like 6 seconds.
It's not the seconds; it's the blood.
Oh yeah,
it's not unilaterally that they do that. So I think you'll be fine.
We should be fine.
What did that mean? I didn't get that. I was waiting
When
for
I
one of
said
these.
The girl that never gets to finish her shares because always every time it's her turn to stand up there and talk and share her feelings and shit, something happens and people start talking over her. And he expects.
I don't know, dude, where he got that extra knife from. It might have been a backdoor knife.
If you pay enough attention, you can see it is hanging from his belt.
Oh, okay.
How did Renfield not see that though?
I'm Teddy fucking
The same
Lobo.
way any of us saw it until today. I have seen the movie 4 times and I just noticed that the last time I saw it.
But we've watched it when it came out, when it became available for home viewers. And I did not remember, and I don't know why, because it was a year ago, and it's a fun movie. But so I'm glad we didn't do it earlier, because that means we got to watch it again. And was
not only is she a loser within the department, she's being punished by being put with another loser.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah.
This guy here.
The thing is, Awkwafina is not a big lady. Like, she's not fat, but she's wearing something that makes her look twice as big at least.
She doesn't look good in that stuff, yeah.
I've seen this movie once only, on my trip to the US. And I think I was on a plane ride at the time. And it felt like it went by really fast. Is it like an hour 45? Right?
Something
It's
like that.
even
Yeah.
less, hour and a half.
Oh, it's really an hour and a half?
It was on his belt.
Yeah, 133.
So here you go.
Including credits.
One.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
It's what you want out of a movie like this, like a vaguely horror comedy movie. Maybe a little bit of action in it too.
He looks so
Yeah,
distracted
come on.
here.
The
I have
fights are so
clips.
good.
I have 2 or 3 clips here for this scene.
What is this?
That is, that's Doug, I believe.
Dog is trash!
Doug is trash. Just, am I asking for much? Just the blood of a dozen, innocent souls. God damn.
Nuns, cheerleaders. And he walks in that restaurant later, and it's full of cheerleaders, like college kids and a table of nuns and everything.
And I love it when he looks around there, nuns, cheerleaders, and he's like, what the hell? He's so like, why?
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm sorry, Master.
This one doesn't even have a head!
Oh, no, he did have a head.
Yeah, I don't ask for much, Renfield.
He did have a head earlier.
It's just the blood of a few dozen innocent people.
Oh, I'm sorry, Master. Let's get you sat down and then...
I want happy couples, unsuspecting tourists, a handful of nuns.
And that's what's all at the fucking place. Cheerleaders and nuns and tourists.
He has full cageisms in that scene. Like the Bela Lugosi part went away, and he's just Nicolas Cage in makeup. Just in that scene.
And one of the things I want to point out is, this group that he's a part of is they're saying, take the narcissism away, reject their narcissism for your own. Give yourself the power. Well, then you're kind of echoing the same thing, because a healthy codependent relationship, nobody has control. It's a shared thing.
Yeah, but it's a fucked up relationship anyway.
Oh, of course.
So of course there's the codependency, because the relationship wasn't even, because Dracula has actual power, not just power.
But I think I get that what Gary is trying to say is they are telling these people basically to become the abuser.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Turn
saying
it around, yeah.
Take the narcissism away from them and you embrace it. And it's like, that's not healthy either.
No.
And that does, I swear to God, that looks like the New Orleans Shield. I'm not sure where they shot this. I'm going to look it up real quick.
I don't remember where they're supposed to be. Not necessarily where they shot.
New Orleans. Yes, they are.
It is New Orleans.
New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why 2 of the restaurants that they use in this film look like the Vortex. Because that probably they weren't allowed to shoot at the Vortex.
I find it curious. Their badges or their insignias don't spell New Orleans Police Department, but Police Department New Orleans. Oh, dude, let me allow me to show another still.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Look at that. Don't solve the crime till overtime.
Hello, time. Oh my god. I didn't catch that. I never noticed that before. Oh my fucking god, that's great.
I told you there's like Easter eggs in this movie that are pretty smart, and I think they just went over people's heads what they got away with, and it's awesome.
All right, so let's get this clip in here. This is our second "Fuck You, Kyle" video.
He was running from something, sir. And then he crashed into a DUI checkpoint, committed 10 felonies, and not to mention FUing a room full of cops.
You FU me all the time.
Fuck you, Kyle!
I only remembered watching that movie when we came to the scene that we used for the clip for Sax, because that's how we got the ideas for our regular members to have clips. The fuck you, Kyle.
And
She gets
like I
shit
said,
from the whole department.
and you've hit upon it, and so did Tom, that Awkwafina is actually enjoyable in this fucking movie.
I wish that she didn't have that voice.
Yeah,
too.
that voice. Nails on chalkboard.
I've heard worse.
She's called a comedian. I'm like, I don't know anybody
She's
who's
not
ever
funny.
seen her do stand up.
Not a comedian, she's a rapper.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, she's a rapper.
She's not a comedian. She's a rapper.
Like
Allegedly.
like a candy wrapper. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No.
You need a soundboard, Gary, so you can play shit like that.
I know. John
She
has one.
Bars, Gary. That kind of a rapper. Holy hell. You know,
There's another one with a voice.
oh, yeah.
He has a 200
Shit.
pack a day voice.
Yeah.
She's in everything.
Yeah, I told
Cigarettes
Anna
and
that. I said
whiskey,
she's
that's
in
what she
so
sounds like.
many fucking movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. She's everywhere.
She started as a young beauty in the 80s, and she was fucking hot. And but she has made a career of playing villains, as well as a diplomatic leader in
The Expanse.
The Expanse. She was really good in that.
Well, I haven't seen The Expanse, and I've
Dude,
heard it goes
You
downhill
gotta
the
watch
last
it.
season, so I don't want to.
Once they go to Amazon, it did go downhill, but it's still, when you look at it compared to other things, not to itself, but to other things, it was still better.
Yeah.
That's a low
Still
bar.
better than other
Have-
sci-fi.
If you someday decides to watch The Expanse, stop at the end of the third season.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like
'Cause
people,
that's when they ended it.
"Look, The Expanse is worth it. Just watch until the third season. It's not that much of a climax, and you don't want the answer." It's like,
It's sort of like Stephen King. Close it before the last chapter and then make up your own ending. You'll be happy. Oh, there's a bug. So see the place there? I'm
yeah,
telling
I
you,
get it.
that is
Yeah.
clearly based on the vortex. And if you ever get a chance, Mephisto, to go to New Orleans, go to Little Five Points. This is an amazing pub restaurant.
I'm
Great
not even.
burgers.
I'm not even kidding. That's New Orleans was supposed to be in our latest, like the last time we were there. Well, the first time it was supposed to be LA, Las Vegas, a stop at Austin, New Orleans, and New York.
San Antonio is better than Austin.
I know, but I do have a wife, and she has her own ideas for some reason.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she's
Gary doesn't
not,
know what that's like.
she's not connected. Like, you know how hard I fought for not going to San Francisco. You know how
Pretty
hard
hard, 'cause that's a shitty place to go to. It's terrible.
that's what people kept telling me. And she was like, "No, I want to see this and I want to see that, blah, 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 blah." And it took and I'm not even joking. It took one like a news story over here about how businesses have left San Francisco for her to say, okay, you were right. I was like, stop listening to other people, listening to me. I told her about the poop police, and she's like, nah. It's like, no,
what?
Poop police.
It's real. Yes.
App.
It's real.
The app is. I think that the app is even more impressive than the police force.
It is. There is an app for it. There is an app for it, and you see where all the places where
It's
the
an
homeless people go to poop.
interactive map of where are poops in the street of the city.
It's
wow. Holy shit.
Where are the human poops are, so you might avoid.
Not animal poop.
Yeah,
human poop on the streets. Thank you, Gavin Newsom. You have made California the worst. You have turned California into a third world country. Well fucking done, my friend. Well done. Fucking Sean Hannity calls him a friend. That's why I say Sean Hannity's full of shit. Fuck that guy. Anyway, nuns. Look, nuns. He's in the restaurant looking around. Here come the cheerleaders.
And there's a bus going to pull up anytime. Full
with
of kids.
tourists.
There was no. The bus is the bus with the cheerleaders. The tourists were the first one.
Okay.
No. There was a couple because the Dracula said, "I want a couple. I want tourists," and there is a couple of tourists, and then as the nun, and then you see the boss arriving with the cheerleaders, and he's, "What the fuck?"
It's like, how is this happening? You know, it's like Dracula said all he wanted, and they're all in this one fucking restaurant.
And the whole point is that he doesn't want his master to be at full strength because he's fed up with serving him for the whole time. And he
but he's also terrified.
Yeah. And that's his whole motivation in this entire movie. It's like, I just want some peace and quiet, and I just don't want to serve the master anymore. But he's still compelled to do it.
Yeah, I want to get the clip of this. Let me get to the clip. This one, I love this one.
Stop. Oh, this is not a good look. Not a good look at all. Abort.
Can you order me a number 3? The toilet just ordered a number 2.
The toilet ordered a number 2.
Of course, you had to get a clip from a toilet scene.
Oh my God. And as the scene progresses and finally you see her arch nemesis, if you want to call him that, this fucking low-level gangster, son of the actual gangster, comes in, and she has I actually like the line she has. And it's right here. I'm going to go ahead and play it right here. Here we go.
Come and almost nobody will get hurt.
Thank you, Teddy. I came here to connect you to a crime scene. You go and turn it into one.
I came here to connect you to a crime scene, and you turn it into one.
She just can't get a hold of that guy because the police are all corrupt, so they get away with everything.
Which is so true of New Orleans before the hurricane flood of the city, because all those guys got run out, or they actually fled. So they got to start all over New Orleans. And New Orleans right now has a police department at least equivalent to Chicago or New York for, good guys versus corrupt cops. I think the average is about the same now.
She lost her dad because her dad was a cop too, and he got killed on duty. So that's
because he wouldn't.
Her life is dedicated to fighting the corruption in the police and actually doing something against crime, and she's so on her own.
There's the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God they served soup. Only somebody over 40 will get that fucking joke.
Or Chardonnay.
I'm over 40 and I didn't get it, so fuck you.
The fly in the soup. It's a classic joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Chardonnay is from Ironic.
Yeah, fly in your Chardonnay. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's. I always joked about that song. It's like the only thing ironic about it is the fact that there's nothing ironic in it. It's just a bunch of like sucky things that happen. It's not irony. You require an expectation of something else for there to be irony.
It's actually subverting your expectation.
Subverting your expectations. There you go. But I like the song. Damn it, it's catchy.
Yeah,
it's an earworm. I bought that album, and I remember my buddy Jason, who is also a DJ, as well as my editor at the magazine, and I just bought it, and we're in the. He was inside shopping in another store. I was at the record store. We both get in the car, and he looked down and he goes, "Oh, you got Jagged Little Pill. Could you please not listen to that when I'm around?"
My wife, I think I bought it for her as a CD because there weren't any cassettes anymore. Right when it came out, it was already CD time.
They still sold cassettes.
I don't remember if I
had
remember.
A cassette player in my car.
Anyway,
You know, we still sell cassettes, empty cassettes for people who are nostalgic.
I bought the album for my wife because she loved the song, so I bought her the whole album. So I had to listen to it a lot. I don't particularly like the singer. And when I heard the song that made her famous was on Dave Coulier, I was like, man, Dave's a fucking rockin'.
I went down on you in a movie theater, and the you is fucking David Coulier. Oh, fuck off.
Dave Coulier, like Full House, Dave Coulier. Right on, man. That's cooler than Uncle Jesse.
All right, so here's a clip.
Say hi to the people.
I have a clip I want to play here.
And if we could all thank Mr. Renfield for his brave efforts today. And thank you. You saved my life.
Saved a life.
Saved a life. And that was monumental for him. It's something he didn't even realize he was looking for.
That's the first good thing that he did in his life.
And it's a complete opposite of what he's been doing for years.
Exactly.
Decades even.
Yeah, he's used to taking a life or sacrificing a life because he didn't take
sacrificing. He's not taking them. Well,
normally he didn't kill them. He would bring them to the master, and the master would consume
sacrificing them. More than take more than
exactly
the thing.
And this movie has so much color in it.
Yeah, I told you they're playing with. It's mostly playing with the light sources, color light sources, to get you in a specific mood. There, it's all blue. It's blues and oranges.
Green again.
Now it's green again because it's decay or whatever. And they also had purples. That whole area where Dracula is while he's regenerating. It's purples and reds and greens, that sort of a thing. And then it turns into other colors while you're waiting. And in the club, you had oranges and blues and violets, that sort of a thing. And it's highly saturated.
And I love how he's now kind of detached when he's talking to Dracula in this scene.
Yeah, because it's like, think about it. He had a sort of a reverse PTSD moment because he's done something he's never done before. and it sort of like is a shock to the system or something. And yeah, I know I'm making it a bit more than what it is, but I think they did a good job with the writing in this one. They actually did a good job with the writing on this one. And I think that's why Tom likes this movie so much, because he kind of connected with all the stuff that is in this movie. And I betcha maybe if you would have pressured him, well, not pressured him, but if you would have sat him down with, with time and not where he had to rush somewhere, he'll tell you exactly why he loves this movie. And maybe while he's talking, he'll find out what is like the stuff that is behind. Because I think Tom loves the writing in this one too, because
that's what I love so much about this film is the writing.
Yeah, it's smart. It's not two-dimensionally. They've left it open, and the character of Renfield used to be sort of a two-dimensional character. It's just the servant. But now you infuse him with the sort of like when the master is away, not really, but away or weak, then he has a lot more responsibilities, and you put him in a sort of in a place where he's not two-dimensional, he's three-dimensional, where he has his own thoughts, he's thinking about maybe leaving, and then he's caught up with a situation where he's never done before, and it shocks the system, and now he's ambivalent. He doesn't know what to do with himself because he wants to connect to his human part, where you can fall in love and you can be the heroic guy. But you also have I'm kind of compelled to help my master live. I am the servant to the master.
Well, it's an obligation. I want to point out that just now that girl was trying to tell a story again, and immediately Renfield walks in and interrupts the story.
Again. It just keeps happening to her. She never gets to do her share. And she finally speaks up when shit goes down and Dracula comes in. And Renfield can't stop the group leader from inviting him in.
There she goes. She ducks her head down like, oh, I hate her too. It's like she can't get her fucking story out.
And that whole group is like a new agey kind of a group where I can't stand any of them.
I can't stand people like this. I really can't.
No.
Like, I don't mind talking about some shit, but in a setting like this where people compare, oh, this is so toxic, like toxic behavior. If you say toxic behavior to me when we're talking like man to man or like a person to person, like don't, just don't.
Yeah. I've been forced to go to group sessions like that for people with eating disorders, and it can be so toxic. Like it turns into a pity fest, a contest, who's worse, and it's just
yeah,
not helpful.
And the thing is that gets me is like, well, it's like anger management. People act like getting angry is bad, and it's like, no, it's one of the healthiest emotions you can have. It's how you get things out of you. Anger is important. Repressing anger is bad. And it's the same thing with codependency. Codependency isn't a bad thing. It's when it becomes unhealthy levels of codependency. And so I just find them all comical when you hear people talk about it. It's like, you're telling me codependency. And it's like, codependency is how people fucking have relationships, dumbass. That's how you learn to trust somebody. Where do you think the trust comes from? That ability to be able to know that you can depend on another human being. Codependency. It comes from the collection of the word co-op, and dependency. Codependency. Fucking stupid people. Anyway, I became a member of Al-Anon when I was younger, and I couldn't stand it. It was just a bunch of fucking whining. I'm like, I don't mind talking about stuff, but I don't want to turn it into a fucking pity party. You know, that's not why
Exactly.
I'm
That was
talking
my
about it.
problem. It's just
And that's the
whining.
problem with these groups is it becomes ongoing pity parties. And it's, what does that involve? Narcissism. That's, I'm going to pull a joke from this film. That's narcissism 101. When you become so self-absorbed with your fucking problems. So, but anyway,
That's
I
the
do
scene when
want
they
to,
talk about full power.
yeah, and I'm getting ready to play the clip.
Yeah, what
Here
would
we
happen?
go.
Stop Lucas on his knees. What would happen?
He won't grow to full power.
Exactly. He won't grow to full power. What? That's so weird. Why would you phrase it like that? But yes, he's right.
Why would you phrase it like that? But yeah.
First he gets all excited and then it gets to him that the phrasing was
Hey
really
guys,
weird.
we have a new subscriber, Daxinar. Thank you very much and
Daxinar?
welcome.
Welcome,
Sounds
Daxina.
like
I love the name.
the hero's name in a new sci-fi series.
No, it sounds very Star Trek-y. I like that.
What is your nickname? They call me Dax. Wait, that's somebody else.
Yeah.
That's from Star Trek.
That could be a name from Star Trek. I like it.
Yeah, a name of a planet from Star Trek.
It's the name
Yeah,
of
or
a
species.
chick from Deep Space Nine.
Yep. And by the way, I want to point out that we are getting their version of a montage here. Because as they complain about things with him, he's dealing with them, like cleaning under his filthy fingernails and maybe have a spa day.
Yeah.
And he's getting an apartment and making it really nice, and he's dressing in pastel colors and shit.
All right, here you go. Another clip for this scene.
Shut the fuck up, Kyle!
We needed that one.
I'm moving that up to a keeper position.
Yes. Please, definitely.
Got all three Kyle videos up there. Oh, you
And
motherfucker.
Zach isn't even here. That would have been fun.
Who's the real life Kyle you're upset about?
It's Zach's.
Zach's.
Oh, I have no idea.
That's his real name, Kyle. Hey, Kyle.
Zach used
This
to be a
dude
big
is-
part of Pop Culture Minefield. He was Matinee before Matinee, and then he made his own channel and just left.
Yeah, he said,
Get
fuck you,
big.
Gary.
Yeah.
There it is. Shut the fuck up, Kyle.
He brought her flowers.
And then is when you notice that Kyle is in fact in love with Rebecca. Because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
asking, look at how he asks, is he your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just such a sweet guy, Renfield.
And I like
When he's
Nicolas
not
Hoult. I
working
think
for
he's a
the-
good actor.
I love the whole idea of giving Renfield a movie, of turning him into the main character and Dracula into a side character. And Nicolas Cage took that role because Nick Cage doesn't like playing non-central roles. He's a main character guy. But he took this role because it was his life's dream to be Dracula. This is why he agreed to this movie, being a side character,
one
but
and
being
Superman.
Dracula. And you can see how much he enjoys it.
Now, Holt has been a familiar, has been a zombie. He just needs to be a werewolf.
He already was.
Although he was Beast. So
What was he a
you could
werewolf
say-
in? Oh, as Beast. Yeah. Okay, I got you, Mephisto.
He needs to be Frankenstein's monster to have the trifecta.
Or Frankenstein himself, the doctor. I would like to
Yeah,
be either role.
the doctor is the true monster. People don't get that, but the doctor is the monster. The thing
Yeah.
he creates is just the thing
And he
that he
plays
creates.
God.
That's not a monster. He
No,
plays
I
God.
mean,
That makes him a monster. Yeah.
The four greats is Dracula, Frankenstein, where Frankenstein monster,
The mummy, werewolf. Yeah.
mummy, and werewolf. So the mummy's replacement is a zombie, I guess.
Yeah, could be.
It is a zombie.
They are zombies. Yeah.
No, I mean Nicholas Hoult played a zombie.
Yeah.
I know I'm saying a zombie is like the mummy. The mummy is a zombie.
So he just needs Frankenstein for the trifecta. He's young though. He's what?
He's
what?
young, yeah.
32?
He's young.
I'll check. $34. He's young.
I love this when they just start. Dracula starts wiping out his entire team.
Yeah.
Don't kill me! Don't kill me!
He was born in 89. So yeah, he's 35.
Yep.
Ronnie, call my fucking mom. He calls her and then gets taken away from the phone. The phone falls to the ground.
When one of his guys calls her, and he picks the phone up eventually after the fight. Because up to this point, his mom was the only person terrifying him. But now he's terrified because he met Renfield and saw what he can do. Or Dracula. Dracula is the one messing it up.
Thank you. Hold on, guys. I got to mute. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be back.
Well,
Well,
every show.
Man, Gary's busy man.
He is. Everybody wants him. I'm the one getting him, though. Ha.
All yours, sister.
Yeah, I know.
I love it when he comes in and he ruins the pastel.
Well, Renfield is like, how the fuck did you get in here? Then he realizes it says welcome on the doormat. He fucked
welcome.
up.
Yes.
Yeah. The last doormat that I had entered at your own risk. It had an axe on it.
I don't remember. Does he do the both the smoke and the bat in this one? I just don't remember.
Yeah, he does both.
He does both, right?
Yeah.
That's all. So you know what that tells me? It tells me that the creators of this movie, whether it's the director, the writer, or both, knew their stuff. Or at least were open enough to get input from Nicolas Cage, because Nicolas Cage knows his stuff. Right?
Yep.
Man, he did such a great job on this one.
So I want to play these clips real quick because
sure.
This is such a funny scene.
However, I'm the real victim here. I'm the one you swore to protect.
Oh, they're out of order. Damn it.
The only thing that gave your life any meaning was my power. The power you used to bring me victims while you pretended to be one yourself.
They're out of order, but that was it.
See, full on Nicolas Cage. That was not Bela Lugosi.
That was great.
Yeah, that's definitely Nick. What's going on with the video, Martin? Are you there?
Probably disconnected.
Oh, shit. Well, I don't have a link. He didn't give me a link to the thing. So we just have to hope that he comes back.
Mexico's having those little brownouts.
Yeah, I'm watching my phone, but he hasn't messaged me yet.
I mean, if he's disconnected, he'll still be connected, and then it will boot him out eventually.
Well, usually StreamYard kicks you out of the studio pretty quickly when something's wrong with your connection.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm
probably
looking right
just
now to
bad
see
signal
if
what's happening.
Have you guys seen the movie The Menu?
Nope.
I have. She has
Gary
not.
has. Gary has. Yeah.
I liked it.
You should watch it.
I
You should watch
understood what they were doing.
Yeah. Another movie with Nicolas Hoult. He's billed as the main guy, but he is and he isn't really.
She's the main character.
She's the main character,
And
yeah.
in the overall story, you learn that she's the main character, and that Ray Fine is sort of the secondary main character, the villain of the show, but he's not really a villain. He is karma. He's an agent of karma.
What
and he is there to bring about reciprocity.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
Now he's gone.
the connection is Nicolas Hoult. That's why I mention it. I know people like that character that he played. So when he did his spiel, I was like, damn, that boy knows how to act, because there's a specific way in which that kind of a dude speaks and talks and has certain mannerisms. So he caught it. So I was pretty impressed with Nicolas Hoult, and I was very impressed in him in this movie, where he kind of captured that ambivalency of the guy who wants to escape but he can't really escape, kind of a deal.
Right.
So
I'm looking, and I don't see the slideshow available anywhere.
I don't think he put it anywhere.
well,
We need to make
what I
him
can
share
do-
it.
What I can do for you guys, it's a little bit different. It's not a slideshow. There we go. We're gonna have to go back and forth though, because I can't
We're
really.
exactly the halfway point.
Yeah, I can't really slide forward, right? So,
What will it let you do?
this.
The 10-second thing?
Can you see? Oh, you can only see the cursor, right? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do the 10-second thing.
That's pretty close to a slideshow. That's good. That's how many
Just
other
minus
people
the
do it.
subtitles.
Yeah, minus the subtitles, but
So you want to? Oh, Martin's back! Yay, we were saved.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Stop sharing.
Matinee?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
We were halfway through at the apartment scene.
Yeah, I'm
when you crashed.
looking out for the
He has to restart the
thing.
slideshow.
Yep.
With Pop Culture Minefield. This is how it is.
Yeah, I've had that in my head ever since I heard it for the first time. That's
Oh,
a
you
new one
know,
right there.
my favorite one is the Tom and Gary. Oh my god, that is the best theme for a show that we have. Where were we? Here?
Right about there.
Okie dokie. And oh, right. So, are we there? Are we there?
We are there.
Yep.
I do apologize. I'm a bit tired.
No, don't worry. I think there was a problem with X
Mm.
before I went down. X stopped working, and we have suddenly lose everyone on X.
Okay.
So
Weird.
yeah,
Yeah, because
X
we're
is-
in the 50s for viewing, and now it's down to 30s.
you know, everybody wants to take down X. Oh, look at this! We have in our midst David Martin.
The greatest of
Wrench
all
of
wrenches.
wrenches. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I have a clip for that occasion.
It is the legend.
Well, if the legends are true,
Assholes Anonymous. Yeah, the police has realized now that people are disappearing, and somehow there's a link to that group. She's
Yeah.
about to find that out.
Of
And
course,
they're all
David.
celebrating. They filed a missing persons report when their husbands disappeared, but they are celebrating that they're gone. So that's not a good look in front of the police.
I love
I
it.
like how the girl says, "I shouldn't say that to the police, right?"
Yeah.
Well, they're half drunk at this point. They're having margaritas and shit.
The
Of
thing
course,
is,
you know,
Renfield
we were talking
knows-
about D. Bud Martin being on vacation when you said filing a missing person. So I thought you were going to point it towards him.
Actually, that's what my colleague said, who has the locker next to mine. When we met on my first day back after my 2 weeks vacation, I asked her, "Hey, did you miss me?" And she said, "Are you kidding? I filed a missing persons report on the second day you were gone." She's funny.
That's the face of a guy who knows what is about to happen.
Yeah.
He's like, "Is that your boss?"
I love it when he says, "Everyone is welcome."
Yeah.
He's like, "No."
Well, actually,
don't do it.
if you really watch closely, Dracula already has one of his feet over the threshold.
Yeah,
when
then an invitation
the
in
guy
that case
invites him in.
it's unnecessary because this is a public building.
Yeah,
I
and the
don't
door
know.
was technically
Why would Renfield fall apart though when he says, "Come in, everyone is welcome"? Renfield
No,
didn't want him to say that.
because
So-
it makes for a good joke, but in the
Okay.
lore that is according to the lore, it is not necessary.
Okay.
depending which vampire lord you're looking at.
That is absolutely
Okay.
true.
Yeah.
Some vampires you have to invite them in. Some vampires are like not susceptible to crosses, some are.
Yeah, well, we just discussed a movie where the law was all over the place. Sometimes they did stick to the rules, sometimes they didn't, and it annoyed us. So,
Yeah. The whole point of him not wanting Dracula to kill everybody is because it kind of ruins his, I hate to say it, his safe space.
yeah.
Right? It's not like he feels anything for those people. It's just that it ruins his group dynamic where he felt like he could talk to everybody and it felt safe.
I think he does feel something for these people because
He
they're
fe-
all in the same bad place.
Yes,
That's how he connects to them. So this is hurting him. Dracula killing all of them.
Go ahead, Martin.
he feels empathy for them. I wouldn't say that he likes them, but there's some
No.
degree of empathy that
He has a
their
connection
life,
with them.
their lives reflect his own.
Yeah.
So here you go on what Mephisto said a minute ago.
Yeah. I've seen that. I think you had it on the Dracula.
Yeah, whenever, and I should have it here. Every
Yeah.
time we do Dracula, I should have that available.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dracula, atheist vampire. It's not that he's afraid of your religious trinkets. He's just afraid of you pushing your religion on him. Yeah, the guy that directed this got a performance out of her that made her worthwhile.
Somehow, yeah.
It's like, how can you suck?
I still don't like her.
In my, what was that movie called? My Rich Asian Wedding?
Oh, dude, my wife
so
started to watch it and she stopped. And it takes a whole lot for my wife to stop a movie. She said it was so dumb. And you know where there's a movie that, you know, is inspired by different movies. Another, like, you know, Bridesmaids was kind of inspired by The Hangover, but showing you the female side. So even if it's not for you, there is merit to the movie. The Asian chicks riding doing a car trip is just, you don't know where it's inspired from, and you don't want to know.
All right. This scene just happened, so I need to play the. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is.
Hey, fuck you, Kyle.
Classic.
There's
Fuck you,
hate
clip.
style in this movie.
Oh, did you see what Chernetsky said here? What has more personality than Awkwafina? I like that one.
That's funny. I'm laughing on the inside, Chernetsky.
No, he's not, but we still love him, so we play his clips. He's too busy to watch us.
Wait. I love the way. And again, this is one of those welcome to the family kind of things. Now he's a vampire.
He looked like a vampire before. Wait, he's not a vampire though. He's a familiar.
No, he turns him into a familiar.
Yeah, he turns all of them into familiars.
No, only him.
No, all of them. They all have powers.
Yeah, because the entire team become familiars.
They're all flying and jumping crazy and doing stuff.
Right. All right, guys. I think I'm falling asleep here.
Oh.
I'm gonna go.
All day?
We're like, there's about 20 minutes to the movie, so I'm going to go to bed because I still have to get up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. But for those of you in the chat that have like recently joined and haven't watched this movie, go watch this movie. It's even good on a rewatch. I am going to do the same because I'm probably going to do a short little review on this movie for Friday, probably.
Outstanding.
The only thing I have to say is I'm going to probably do an election stream next week. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm probably going to do it. I'll probably be by myself, but I will send out like links if anybody wants to hop on.
I'd love to jump on, but I've already committed to join another one.
Yeah, I know. I know.
For election night.
Oh, it's all good.
That one's going to be way later, though, Gary.
My issue is I'm not a U.S. citizen, so I'm the outside looking in kind of a guy. So I have a few things kind of that I've planned and stuff to fill in the night. Because I think is it 7:30 that the first polls close?
I think so in the U.S. and it starts on the East Coast and goes to the West Coast. By the way, could you please share in the chat the link to sub to your channel for anybody?
D-Bud did.
Oh,
It's
D-Bud
fun.
did. Thank you, D-Bud.
Yeah.
He's doing
And
it's less important
look,
that people sub.
sorry.
I just want them to enjoy the content, and if the content is interesting, then sub. Just watch something first, like check if it's something that I reviewed in the past or something. Don't automatically go and subscribe. I would much rather you give me one view than one sub. Honestly.
Yeah, views count more than subs.
No, it's not, and it's not about the money. Like, if you enjoy what I do, then give us a sub. It's all free. I mean, except for the ads, but you can put ad blocker. I don't care. All right, guys, I'm gonna go.
All right, I want to thank you for being here, Adam Sandler. It was so good to see you.
Always good to have you, man.
I actually wanted to join yesterday, but I fell asleep.
You fell asleep.
Yeah, I fell asleep like 8:30 p.m. I was
Hey,
like,
Mr. Sandler, I just want you to know my favorite movie is Don't Mess with Zohan, or whatever that movie is called.
With the Zohan.
well, don't mess with the Zohan.
Yeah, don't mess with Zohan.
'Cause
All
he
right,
wants
brother, get
to
some
be on here.
rest. You guys get some rest and stay safe.
All right. I'll see you later.
Take
See
care,
ya.
brother.
Bye.
Oh, this
The
is
way
so much
she's
fun.
pointing this weapon around cracks me up.
Sequels, Shadowski? Making more money out of the character?
The fact that they got away from that scene and he managed to drag her into his apartment, being in handcuffs all the time, and then make breakfast. Like, how did he do that?
Well, handcuffs are not a problem for him.
He's still in them. And he didn't eat any bugs, as far as we know. So that was all him doing it.
By the way,
There
I like
he
this
is.
scene where he breaks into the kid's apartment and takes back the ants he gave him. He's finally here.
Yeah,
is
when he's
he?
trying to be a good person, he gives the last sandwich.
All right, here you
I
go.
know,
You got 3
All Jones.
videos today, Zax. Here you go. Video 1.
He was running from something, sir. And then he crashed into a DUI checkpoint, committed 10 felonies, and not to mention FUing a room full of cops.
You FU me all the time.
Fuck you, Kyle!
Hey, fuck you, Kyle.
Shut the fuck up, Kyle!
There you go, Zax.
She's just breaking Kyle all the time.
Well, everybody does. Even the chief does, or the captain. whatever
Kyle is
it
a loser. That Kyle is a loser. Why he's even a cop, I don't know.
So I'll play these clips now.
What?
Dracula.
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 Count Dracula.
No, President Dracula. Yes, sorry.
President Dracula.
Count Dracula. I'm his familiar. I tend to his needs, including care, feeding, anything, especially during the daylight hours.
Yep.
She took it pretty well and believed him pretty fast. Well,
she's seen some really weird shit.
Yeah, that fight
Yeah.
in the.
She thought he was a nice guy, and then she comes to a murder scene, and he is there with everybody dead. No, it's not a murder scene. She goes there to find out more about that group, and by the time she arrives, everybody's already dead, and Dracula is gone, and he's sitting there, blood all over him.
Here's the thing: she saw him. She saw him ripping bodies apart, and she didn't think that this is a little odd.
They were bad guys, and they were shooting at her, so fuck that. That was okay.
He was ripping limbs out of people with his hands.
Again,
Nothing
bad
compared
people.
to what's about to happen in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Because we're about to see one of the biggest fight scenes in the film, where he takes on SWAT.
SWAT and thugs. There was a mix.
One of my favorite bits is in this fight when the one dude when he flies up to the balcony and one of the other guys, this some bitch can fly.
The
was
police
funny.
captain. That's the police captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to leave when he sees that, and that's when Dracula rips
Yeah.
his head off.
That's right, Zax. You also get a fuck you, Kyle, from me because he only said hi to Gary.
Yeah, look for bugs. So you look
needs
around for
bugs.
bugs, and then he remembers the kids got the ant hill or ant farm.
And he just takes
He
the
called-
whole thing and empties it.
Yeah, you're an asshole, man. Sometimes that comes in handy.
Yeah, that's another good line.
Don't I know it? Oh yeah, the fucking music.
Yeah, this fight would be very.
The fights are all epic.
Yeah, but they are very challenging to clip because you know YouTube and the blood.
Yeah,
and, the
because
gore,
of the music.
and the fights
They're
are
long, too.
so gory.
Yeah, they are long. They're between 2 and 5 minutes, I think.
And the maiming and the stabbing and the blood spraying. YouTube doesn't like that.
Because he rips off two arms in this and then uses
Oh.
them as spears.
Yeah.
Nunchucks.
And he
Wow,
jumps on that
Shima.
dude's head. He jumps down, and in slow motion, they show him falling, looking at her from her POV, and him going
And
like
he's
this at
waving.
her.
That was amazing.
Smiling,
And she kinda-
waving at her.
She raises her and she's like, I guess I wave hi back. She doesn't know where she is or what she's doing. It's all too
Oh,
much fun.
she's gonna have some nightmares in her future.
Nothing compared to the group though.
No, this one was worse.
Pile of dead bodies. Jesus. They're walking down the pile.
Everything
Yeah,
I saw.
everything I saw today is going to be the worst thing. I compare everything to. I fucking love the jokes in this movie. He walks out. He goes, "Man, the motherfucker can fly. I'm out of here. You whole fucking family's nuts." And then his head comes rolling back in by itself.
He looks like a vampire.
Now that's some serious coughing.
Yeah.
It's better late than never. And I like how the mom is so in awe with Dracula. Oh, Mr. Dracula.
She's
Look.
the only one immediately knowing what she's dealing with, I think. And I think it's great how he rises up from the coffin. That looked really cool. That's another thing that I didn't understand. How can they be just hanging out in a cafe? after all that happened? How is nobody looking for these two? That's weird.
Big city, big town.
Whole police is after them.
Yeah, but there aren't as many police as people tend to think. So yes, they are all looking for them, but there's not that many of them.
Still, it's not very clever to be out in public. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's another point. That's not clever. But it's feasible. And dude, I really like this moment in this movie because up to this point, the movie were we're always trying to use that angle that, oh no, I am the victim. Dracula just fucked with me all over, blah blah blah. But here is when he took responsibility of his decision and his actions.
first time he talks about that, yeah, and what he
Yeah.
lost because of that.
And by the way, per capita, there's one police officer for every 400 citizens.
Oh, okay.
There's 949 cops per this last study that I just looked at, to over 383,997 people. And that breaks down to 1 in 400.
On average.
She just learned that the bad guys have her sister.
Mm.
Yes. This is the tough fight. They know you're coming. Surprise is always the greatest element in the fight.
Yep, not in this one.
Oh, this is one of my favorite gags we didn't get. I meant to grab and we didn't get. When he smiles at her and he's got bugs in his teeth.
Yeah.
Are there bugs on my teeth? Or on between my teeth? And she goes, no, like between all of them.
It's disgusting. That even grossed out Gary.
Yeah, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Rescue your sister is what he tells her.
Yeah.
Don't
No
worry
matter
about
what
anything
happens.
else.
Yeah.
Get your sister.
Oh, hi, Tim. Finally.
Look who took the time to go and see us.
By what name are you known? There are some who call me Tim.
Yep.
How are you, man? Hope you're doing well. This guy. Oh my god.
Ew, when he snorts that centipede through his nose. Gag. That was so gross. But yeah, they all have these powers now. So it's not a fair fight.
Well, there's a message for you, girl.
Oh, the light switch. Okay.
What?
Hey, Tom Baker's in the house.
Hi, Tom. What was Tim talking about the light switch? What did he mean?
I guess it's an image that's sent together.
I'm
Maybe.
dealing with it.
I could be wrong.
But when they ask him to show something, it's usually something they send to him.
Or in the groups. Oh,
Oh my god! I like that. That's funny.
Are you feeling under the weather, or are you asking if I am?
I think he's asking about you because you were just
I'm fine.
coughing.
Fine.
Dealing with a lot of things. God, I'm getting sleepy too.
Oh, word is spreading out.
Well, we made it official last weekend. So yeah, we're getting serious.
No, you're getting committed. You have not. I don't think you can be serious.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. No, I felt pretty serious when I had to walk into that airport and he had to drive away because there was no parking. That felt pretty serious and bad. So I'm not going to do that again. Next ticket's one way.
One-way ticket.
Has
It's
to
a
be.
heavy
I'm
metal
not doing
joke.
that again. Okay. So Tim is on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Ah, I didn't know that. Thank you, Sax. Oh, that one was so good. That X-ray shot where he kicks the shit out of him and he
Oh
shits his
yeah.
pants.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was brutal.
And sex. Was it Zach who asked for it? No, Tim. You mean something like this?
Yeah. I like that clip.
Okay, we have.
Is this when the circle thing starts working?
Yes, and
That you
we have
found on a Wicker
clips
cup?
for that whole scene. We could go
In
with.
all the darkness, I can find the light.
And finally,
Fire, bats, and smoke. He does both.
That was
By the way, I'm going
so
to pause
cool.
it here for a second because this is something else Tim sent me, but I modified it. So I think it's even funnier with my modification to it. There we go.
You guys. Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it, buddy.
Exciting times.
Yeah, there's this moment at the end. I'm like, why does he have a picture of Dracula's blood?
Yeah, when they're
was trying
sitting
to
outside
figure
on
out-
the stairs. So what is he planning with that?
So
And
I
then it
remember
cuts to
I'm like, is that a picture of blood? Is that Dracula's blood? What the fuck?
Yes,
Yeah.
even it's labeled. It says Dracula
I
blood.
know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
why
was
is
like,
it? And I thought,
right.
was there something that we missed that they edited out? You know, I couldn't figure that out. And then the scene happens, and I'm like, okay.
They cut to the place where the meetings are and the whole group is alive again. And they have seen shit. So,
Hold on, I got to respond to this because I love that movie until the final scene where he's got Balthazar Getty there, and he's trying to make a deal with him. He has the 8mm film, but he stupidly brings it in with him, and the logic of that just falls apart, and it ruined the film for me. Ruined it, Brian. Ruined. Because you can't take the thing that you're bargaining with into the room with the bad guys who can just kill you and take it now. And that's the only thing I hated about that movie, 9mm. Everything else is so fucking good. And then it's lost its logic in that moment. I'm like, he brought it in there with him? What the fuck? So, back to it. Yeah, it's Blackula's blood.
Gary, the guys in chat are shitting on you.
Well, I'll tell you that no kangaroo is going to stop Gary.
I will speak
No.
bad German. They will absolutely block me.
Yeah, so I have to go over there, but that's okay.
That was another cool effect in the film because when Nicolas
The
Hoult
teeth.
fights him, he puts his hands in the way of his fangs and pulls them out of his mouth.
Well, they
But
go
he's like,
through his
"Just-"
hands and he's trying to get away. I don't think it's his intention in the first place to pull the teeth. He tries to get his hands away from Dracula's mouth. And by doing that, he pulls out the
He
teeth.
rips them out. But the
because-
point is, it doesn't matter. They grow back.
Yeah, but there.
And you can see them
That's-
sticking out of his hands.
Yeah, that must hurt so badly.
Oh, and the other thing is, later in the fight when Renfield punches Dracula, with every punch you can see he makes holes on his face with the the teeth.
Let's just put
No,
that up.
that's not how it works.
You never know till you try.
Now he just beats the ever-loving snot out of Dracula.
Well, this is the slogan that they teach at the group. I am enough and I've had enough and I'm capable of change. And then he starts beating the shit out of him.
Do you believe me?
Oh,
And
The
traps him
circle.
inside of a circle of cocaine. It's
Yeah.
full of powder.
Well, it's a powder. I mean, and she had access to it.
And she said, I read how to do it on a Wiccan site or some shit.
No, on a cup or something on mug.
no, on a Wiccan Tumblr page.
I just
Tumblr,
fucking said
yeah.
Wiccan. And both of
Yeah.
you are ignoring I said Wiccan.
She got the
I'm
info
respo-
somehow.
I'm
She made us-
responding to her. I'm taking your side, but whatever.
Thank you.
I love that she used cocaine as the powder.
I know. And well, what are we gonna do now?
Lot.
And they look and there's nothing but weapons.
This whole
horrible-
torture chamber.
Torture weapons.
I love his last wish, though. I wish to spend one season in hell where all the amusing people are. That's his last wish.
Yep.
I mean, that's so fucked up.
And then he holds up the rock and roll fingers.
Yeah, he goes out with a bang.
Holy water. We weren't sure if this would destroy him, but we figured it would take a really, really, really long time for him to piece himself back together again like he did before.
Or they go at him with a fucking chainsaw. They do everything they can with the tools they have, and the tools are horrible.
Yeah, they have a giant spiked mace. Just
Yeah.
everything. Jesus Christ.
Sledgehammers, chainsaw, everything you need to take people apart.
So you cured me with Dracula's blood. Can you get that at GNC? Yeah, sure.
Oh! I loved when she tricked Dracula and just turned him so that the foot because she shoots him in the foot, and Dracula's making fun of that. Congratulations, you shot me in the foot. And she says, yeah, but you're still bleeding. And she's manipulated him so that he's over Renfield, curing him with his blood that's dripping from his foot. That was
so
brilliant.
Sitting next to him on the step right now is a big fucking Kool-Aid pitcher full of blood that has a label on it that says Dracula's blood.
Yeah, because he made it a point to label the jug, but not to wipe his face. I mean,
yeah, it's just
priorities,
like,
I guess.
And I'm sitting there going, did we miss something? Did they edit something out? Why is there a picture of blood next to him? And I really was thrown by that. Like, why is that? And I kept going back to it. Like, it says what I thought it said. Yeah, that's like, and I was really confused. And then we get to that next big scene, and you go, he brought them all back. Now, the thing that bugs me here is it's green again.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I thought it was.
And I thought they should have fixed this scene with better lighting to show the change. But I guess they didn't change.
They didn't.
In fact, they are worse now.
Yeah, they've all seen shit from the other side that has left them traumatized.
And he's doing it right here. Being on the other side, they have
things that you
things that
can't unsee, that you can't unknow.
Halen Place, it's a great movie. It's fun. Go watch it. It's an hour and a half, and it's just fun.
Oh, it's absolutely a fun film. Go watch it. Dracula's blood. And then I'm like, oh, okay.
And I love that it's on the buffet with the other stuff.
And they end, if you don't know this was the original logo for Dracula in 1931. But now it's Renfield.
I just love that they turned Renfield into a main character and told his story, and in a funny way too. I really like the end credits too.
Yes.
I like it when they go creative with
Skybound.
them.
Skybound is great.
Look at him. Full Lugosi.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just it. You know, if this film had done better, I think we'd have an easier chance of getting a sequel to this.
You think they would make a sequel?
Dracula's
I think there
dead.
definitely would have been if they'd done well. And I think
He's
there's room
redeemed.
for it.
Okay.
The sequel is the fact that I'm sure he's still got more growth to go, and Dracula can always come back. That's the thing about movies.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Vampire to Nosferatu as Renfield to Dracula. Yeah, that's a good correlation.
Okay. According to IMDb, the budget was about 65 million. That's an estimate. And the gross worldwide was only 26.5.
Yeah, they made their money back on video on demand. I guarantee
hope
it.
so. I do hope so.
And that's the only way you would get a sequel, is that they would have had to have made their money back through video on demand. Problem is, they'll definitely only agree to a smaller budget.
Definitely, yeah. But hey, it's only been a year, and guys like us talking about it, maybe get some more people to watch it. Maybe
Some
we do
old
get
people?
a sequel. Some
Say old
more.
people?
More. Just because you're old. Jesus Christ. Check your hearing.
I don't know what Billy wanted, but he said to watch this movie. Good Lord. Oh, God.
Yeah. Guys, this is the impression he's doing every time we went to Walmart. And he was on the scooter thing, driving, pretending to speed, talking in this voice, cracking
I
up.
want to
all the
go
workers there.
over there. Can we go over there? My point with my cane.
Well, it entertained the employees, so.
So, but anyway, it's a good film. I put it right up there with one of my favorite vampire comedies.
What's that?
Oh, Shadow of the Vampire. Willem Dafoe fucking owned that movie. And now he's in the remake, the second remake of Nosferatu. With this time he's playing the Van Helsing character. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to this movie. It looks good. But I also like the Isabella Ojani one that was made in '77, directed by Werner Herzog. He shot it in English and in German, so you can actually watch two separate films and get a slightly different performance in each scene.
Yeah, that would be because the German scenes took twice as long, because the German language needs so many more words than English.
Tom, we loved Equalizer 3. I think it's a really good bookend to the franchise, and the end of it for Denzel. I think he wants out. You know, he's almost 70.
He's too
I think he's
old.
done. He's tired of doing it.
If they continue, his son should take over. And they
Yeah,
should
well,
finally
I think we
pull
should
that
go
off.
back and meet him younger,
Yeah,
or
back in time.
or reboot the franchise with the son, because I think the kid is a good actor.
But Equalizer 3 is a good fucking movie. I loved it.
Which movie Highland Place?
I don't know.
I still haven't heard from Julia. Sorry, I was checking my mail. Were you asking me something?
No.
No, Halen Place had a question.
the new
But we
Dafoe.
don't know the answer.
Oh,
The new
it's
Dafoe one.
called Nosferatu.
Yeah,
And
it's the
that's
second
it.
remake of Nosferatu, and this one he's playing, instead of the vampire like he did in Shadow of the Vampire, he is playing the Van Helsing character. See if I can find the trailer for it, and I'll share the link.
Dude, so many bats in the background.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
I'm putting it in the chat. This is the Nosferatu trailer. This is the new film. There you go. So we're going to wrap it up here. Let's see. I want to thank, let's see, who else was here? Emmanuel, Country Shape Media, Sandra Hammerschlag, Daxinar, D. Bud Martin, Kingsport Cow, Shinatsky, Tom Baker, FKC 2005, also known as Tim, and Hail in Place. Thank you all for popping in and watching the show with us. I'm sorry, the folks that were watching on Twitter, what happened? Because you guys all got kicked. So I don't know. Did they end the show completely on Twitter? What happened?
no, the show After I came back, some minutes later, I could refresh the page, and we were there. And actually, we already have 25 viewers active on X.
That's good.
So
all right. So yes, rock and roll. So we're gonna end it here. All right.
Yes,
Everybody have a good
frame.
good middle of the week, hump day. Have a great day. And Keith will be here tomorrow. And I hope everybody enjoyed last night with Greg and Nadia. That was fun. We had a huge audience. It was great. And,
I can't believe you made it through the whole show without mentioning hump day, but you had to bring it in at the end.
Yeah, of course. It's Wednesday. It's hump day.
I know.
This is the day designated by the U.S. government for you to go out and hump somebody.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to do it. You're in Austria. And I'm the only one you need to be humping.
Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, so
Guess I'll
anyway,
stay here so I'm safe.
I don't know what y'all are going to do, but don't do it here. Get the fuck out of here.
This episode was brought to you by It's not what you think.
Y'all come